I am so bad. Our attention spans are fucked up to the point that it's affecting people's lives. I'm out of ADHD medication and the shortage is fucking getting me. And I thought that was going to be fixed today. They fucked up again. And it's a whole month when they fuck up. So I'm worried it's going to be another month. I'm in trouble. Tomorrow I'm getting out my backup, my Strattera, my old non-narcotic ADHD meds. That does help. It actually helps. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. And I was just trying to watch a movie. I had the dinner work done today, so I needed soft food. And I got a pizza, a nice soft BJ's pizza. I still got to call them to task. It's a different location, but BJ's, one of the locations, San Rancho Santa Margarita, attacked me and ruined my night. Dude tried to grab the camera out of my hand, and we all know what happens when you do that. Police got called and shit. Wouldn't do anything to him. That's a strong arm robbery, too. Do you see how that fucking works? And that ties in. We'll get to the movie in a minute. The nigga tried to take a phone out of my hand, and I was quick enough to stop him. But I'm not always quick enough. I'm not known for really being quick. I'm strong, not quick. And people have done this before. You get your phone up like this, and you look over here, snatch on your hand. So he didn't get it, but he tried. And that's strong arm robbery. And the police wouldn't do anything. Like, the dude touched me. The dude tried to take a very expensive phone, $1,000 phone, with service and personal information on it. What the fuck? Little fag, dude, too. Fucking, yeah, I don't have a problem with people being gay, but I don't like fags. The people that act effeminate and bitchy. If you're acting bitchy towards me, I'm offended by it. If it's not towards me, I don't object to feminine women being like that unless it's targeted at me. Then again, I don't like snide bitches, real hot bitches, being bitchy and snide and cruel and talking down to you. And it was because of the way I looked. I looked poor, but I wasn't at the time. I had money. It was my big night out. So, a different way way away. And I've got their beer club membership at a great deal. I know that it's once per 2 months you get a free pizza, which is worth, with all coupons and stuff, pizza's worth about $20. And the membership is $30. And you get a discount when you join. You get a bunch of free beer and shit. And I actually got extra. And then you get discounts on every beer. And I did get one of the. This was in the fridge already, but I got this 6-pack, and they're only $7 for a 6-pack of craft beer. That's not a bad price. It's a very good, same as Budweiser, but it's strong. It's 6.5% alcohol, where Budweiser Red is 5, and it's craft local IPA. It's a good beer. And then you also get free appetizers and free Pizookie every cycle. And discounts when you're in the restaurant. I sat at the bar and had some margaritas and looked at the TV and did some work on my phones. I needed to let my shit wear off, my numbing wear off. So I took 2 hours and relaxed. And it was kind of cool because I was sitting at the bar and looking normal. I had minimal gear with me, just a light backpack and my tank bag. I had 2 phones. I went on playing the news and stuff and listening to the earbud, and then was working on the other one, looking at different financial stuff and some documents I need to work with. And I needed to. One thing I did was check on my credit cards to make sure I got the details worked out on how I'm spending interest and stuff. The way I'm doing it, I don't accrue any interest whatsoever. I check my December account very carefully, since I'm paying in full on or frequently before the due dates. I'm not accruing any interest. It's not. I thought I didn't understand fully how it worked. I was like, well, if I charge something on the 15th of the month and pay it on the 30th, I have to pay for those 15 days at the exorbitantly high rate, right? No, the interest doesn't start until after the billing date. Whenever the monthly cycle is, so you pay 0 when you keep your balance completely paid off. Top of all that, I get flat 2% cash back now on my main bank. I have 3 credit cards, none of which have a balance. And the main one is 2% on everything, and then there's a bunch of perks and discounts and shit like that. And that's from the payment place, not the vendor. The vendors are, I got a great deal there, and then I got shit off. And that applies to everything. If I get gas, I don't pay for gas at all. As zero, none. 100%, I get free gas. But anything I do pay for, I get money off. And if I buy booze at Ralph's, I get 10% off of whatever the final bill is. I get 2% off what I pay, plus 10% off that specific store, because they have a partnership with Wells Fargo and the banking. It adds up. 12%. It adds up. So it makes life cheaper. Oh, and my bank account's linked to a credit card now, so instead of overdrafting, I just charge it and the payments are automatic. So I can get in a situation if I'm in jail. Let's say I don't pay for Netflix, but a Netflix renewal subscription hit for $10 when I'm in jail, and I can't put money in the account and stuff, and it was zero taking it all out that month. Instead of causing me the big overdraft, and then every single penny that comes through is a full overdraft after that, I'll borrow the money, pay it, and then if my disability goes through the end of the month, I'll get a chunk of money direct deposited, and the payments to the credit card are automatic, so it'll pay itself. So it never will. Like, I have a big buffer before I start getting in trouble. The only way, it's just a huge buffer. That's some stability. I have no stability. As my life keeps getting messed up. I was talking to someone in jail about that, about how you lose everything when you go in. It's a fucking clusterfuck. Now, if I had a storage unit or something, I wouldn't lose it. I keep making the payments. Well, there's 3 months. It's 3 months that I have to be in before I lose my disability. And I don't do shit. People just bully me. People bully me, charging my phone, eating, minding my own business, talking to the cops is a big one. But I'm thinking about getting into cop watching more specifically, going out and looking for police, following them around and filming traffic stops and shit. I'm really thinking about that. Oh, and I'll remind everyone about this. Because my disability is already approved, and that's it, like I'm getting it, I don't have to do anything. I've got my life squared away. I have everything I need. I've got enough for my bills. It's a little tight, but my disability will pay for my room and an extra $250 per month. When there's no gym membership and no storage, that's enough. Like, the phone is the only real expense. It's $111, but that's going to drop in July too. All the payments are over and everything. I'm going to reevaluate my service, and I probably will have like $80 service at that point. I may go back to 2 lines. We'll see. I don't have to do anything. And if I just floss on a little bit, just put in a little bit of work, of course I'm fine. I'm used to having only that. So I don't have to do anything. But I'm continuing to work on my business and improve myself in the hopes of a brighter future. So the right-wing nutbags that bully me, always talking about get a job. How can you argue at this point? I'm doing extra work that I don't have to do. Not making a lot of money from it, but the whole point is just for a brighter future. I'm working extra, and maybe it'll mean something. And people attack me a lot. I have to deal with the stalkers because of the YouTube and stuff. However, I'm too scared not to. The witness thing, it's bailed me out too many times. I cannot. When shit happens to me, I'm gonna record it, and shit just happens to me. It always has my little facial tics and making gestures, and even by myself, the way my autism and my little tics are, people bully me. Random people, strangers. Like I was at the bar tonight. There's a small chance someone, it was nice there, nice place, but I can get bullied in situations. That's always something. There's always something. Oh, and I'm watching The Purge. And the whole point when I started making the vlog is about, we'll see how far I've gotten in it. Oh, almost exactly half. I'm losing interest and may finish this another night. It's not that great, but it's an interesting issue. This is talking about how it's a purge election year, and they're talking about how the reality is the purge was just rich people getting rid of the poor so they didn't have to pay for entitlement programs and made more money for the rich, like kill the riffraff, which is a very dangerous sentiment and something that's how our world really works. This is how things really are, and you just don't understand it. People that bitch and moan about poor getting food stamps and stuff, you are like this. This is what you want. But it's a little corny and cheesy, and I just can't get into shit like anymore. I don't. And my stomach has definitely shrunk up. Look at that. Not even half. And I think I might eat one more, but there are two more to the half. Like, I'm not even going to get through half. And yeah, I fucked with the cheese a little bit. I don't know how I did this. The box crunched in. I usually don't have to do that. I had a little too much stuff in my trunk. Oh, and I keep looking at bikes, and I may buy a new bike. I looked at a Ducati Monster. Would that be crazy? Me driving a Ducati Monster. That's the one in Grand Theft Auto, the super fast bike. That's what it's based on. The big super bike. Yeah. There's no luggage at all. I have to wear just a pack. But I'm not carrying heavy stuff these days. But motorcycles are so cheap that it's a real option. And if the one I'm looking at using, of course, although I did kind of look at some new ones too, but the used one, if I buy both or buy the new one and don't sell the old one, I can sit on the old one and wait until I get a good price for it, put for sale sign on it, and take my time. If I do it right, I could get out of this for in the neighborhood of $1,500. And it's a low mileage unit. I forget the exact number, but it was low. It was something like 2,400 miles on the Ducati. That's like one oil change, or coming with the first oil change. Like the dude's skin has it was wrecked, but not horribly, and there's a big dent in the gas tank. If it's functional, like if it's not damaged, it's not damaged. I have a feeling the dude bought a bike, wrecked it, scared him. It was just a crazy bike. Ducati Monster's a full-on race bike. So if I'm careful with it, it could be an investment. I may get into this bike and immediately put it up for sale at a higher price and sit on it for a while daily driving, and should I put a for sale sign on it, and I might end up flipping. I could get the bike and then make $2,000 when I sell it and drive it for a while. And then once you're up $2,000, then you could look at it even that. Then we'd be talking about looking at a brand new. Well, you never buy brand new when you're looking at one, but a 1-year-old bike with 500 miles. Something extremely new. You have to have money to make money. Oh, and I did throw some money on Bitcoin too. I threw 1,000 in just cause the uh, it got approved for new financial products in U.S. markets, and that could have been a big thing and may still be. So whatever, just let it sit. And then when I cash it out, if I am right and it rises and I get a little cash out, the U.S. dollar coin is what I'm going to convert it to, which earns 5.1% interest, which is a decent little, a little bit. It's something. If only it wasn't for the bullies. Oh, and that's another thing. I'm starting to look at legal shit. Like I've got I need help. I'm gonna pay. Just so I'm talking about saving money. I'm gonna pay money to help like stop Lou from harassing me. Lou being one of the worst stalkers, probably in the top 5 for sure. Richard and Aaron beat him, but that's about it. I think Lou is worse than Garden Earth guy. I think. And the 2 girls, they disappeared some time back, and I don't know, don't understand, and I'm curious in that sense, but also don't really care. But Lorraine Morris and Colleen Taylor, for some reason, stopped. Possibly, quite possibly, because of my outrageous threats and the concern they may contribute to me doing something crazy that will come back on them. All it is that's holding me back is the stalkers. Liars, cheats, people that think they're doing God's work by hurting people that don't agree with them. But the reality is, they may not even, they may be lying outwardly and not have real beliefs or anything. It doesn't matter, but they enjoy hurting people. They're sadists. They're all the same. They get a thrill out of hurting people. Kind of like the people in this movie. And they must be stopped.